Are we God's image?
It says in Genesis 1:26 and 27 that God created man in their image and likeness. Male and female were created. And this is a very well-known passage among most people who in one way or another have had access to that information regarding the creation of man. It is also very common for many people to know the names Adam and Eve and to have the concept that they were the first human beings. But the point to which we want to draw your attention is, did God create all the people in the world? In these verses, we find that the word image is constantly repeated throughout the passage. Let's see what it means. Image has its origin in the Latin imago and can be used to describe the figure, representation, likeness, aspect, or appearance of a certain thing. So then, based on this definition, we find that the final result of the creation, male and female, is derived from the fact that God is two, and being that the image is a projection of the original, we can deduce that God is constituted of a male and a female. We have another compelling evidence in which, with clarity, we can appreciate that God has a wife. When reading in 1 Corinthians 11:3, the male is the head of the female, that is, God is the head of Christ, we find a very clear statement regarding the perfect order that is established about God's creation, but we must also not forget that this is an image whose origin is actually God. Therefore, if God the Father is the head of Christ, it is because Christ is a woman. God the Father and Mother create man in their image and likeness, and God the Father, Melchizedek, is the head of God the Mother, ChristLisbet, since she is the image and likeness of the invisible God of eternal holiness. That is why she is, in turn, our head, the head of her spiritual children with God the Father, because without the faith of ChristLisbet, her certainty that she is the wife of God the Father and also our Heavenly Mother, it is impossible to please God the Father Melchizedek or have his protection as co-heirs with Christ. Amen.